Hey guys, it's Mrs. Borson. So I'm here today for lesson 2, how to affirm and negate a statement of value. Okay, so I have some goals for you guys. To understand what a statement of value is and to understand what we must be done in order to accurately support a statement of value. Well, I hope that you already have your notes out because you need to have this information in your notes. So then that way we can get from point A to point B. And we're going to try to do it pretty fast. So then that way when you guys come to class tomorrow, Monday, we're going to be able to talk about this instead of me spending a ton of time lecturing over it. Might as well just go through this instead. Okay? So here's what I know, is that when we're relating a statement of value, maybe we need to talk about what it is and what it's not. Okay. Now here's something that you can do. You remember that debate till you drop packet? There it is. Hey, there, you might want to have this because there is a whole section on what is a value. And we're going to be talking about values, value criterions, how do you argue the supremacy of a value, how do you undermine an opponent's value criterion. So we're going to be able to fill all of this in. But you're going to have to use your notes in order to do that. Okay, so here we go. I guess this is really awkward videotaping myself. I hope my head is all in here because if it's not, I feel really weird right now. I have some research from the National Forensics League website that talks about what a statement of value is. And in your debate till you drop packet, if you can kind of refer to this, there is a list of 20 common values. Okay, so there it is in your debate till you drop packet. Okay, we're going to be referencing that as well. So this is what I know. If I'm trying to introduce this statement of value, what I want to do first in your notes is I want you to brainstorm what you think a statement of value means. Oh no, here's people. I'm trying to videotape myself here. Will you hurry?
Is it working? Where does this go?
Right over there in the corner. That was really awkward. Okay, so here we go. I'm back to teaching you now. Hopefully you paused me already and you're writing down the answer to that question. What do you think a statement of value, when I say statement of value, what do you think that really means? Okay, pause me and write that down. Okay, hopefully you did that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you guys about the difference between a statement of value and a statement of fact. Okay, this is what I know in relation to a statement of value. And so if you already have your notes, what would be a good idea, so let me just get a pointer here and we'll go to pointer, there it is, okay, is I want you to be organized in your notes so that you can write what a statement of value is here in your notes, and then you can write what a statement of fact is over here in your notes, okay, so hopefully that's what you got. Now, according to the National Forensics League website, you need to understand that a statement of value is more about what ought to be true rather than what is true. In fact, if I go to this, it'll help you kind of reference it. Okay? So a statement of value is more about what ought to be true than what is true. And it tends to reference a larger metaphysical concept such as justice and morality. And it tends to be more subjective. And the reason why it's more subjective is because cultures and experiences tend to make us change our values. In fact, what I want you to do right now in your notes is I want you to create something that originally you valued. And now as you've kind of grown up, you are now a senior in high school, talk about something that you used to value that maybe you don't value as much right now. Okay, hopefully you're writing that down. Hopefully you pause me because this is really weird if you're still just looking at me. Okay, so now we're back. What you guys need to understand now is that with a statement of value, what does it mean to stand in support of or affirm a statement of value? Oh gosh, this is what you need to understand. Okay, so you have to prove a statement to be true, or you're affirming a statement of value. And so we're focusing on these two big concepts. Don't worry, we'll get back to a statement of fact here in just a little bit. So you're going to have to add this information onto your into your notes. Okay, so I'm just moving my stuff around. This is trying to teach and hold a camera at the same time. It's really difficult. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I thought it was. Oh yeah, I got to go back to pointer. Hopefully this gives you enough time to write this stuff down so I don't go too fast. Okay? Now, when you're proving a statement true, the speaker is making a categorical or absolute statement about a resolution. Okay, so here's that information. Let's move on to the next one. If this was the purpose of the affirmative's case, they would have no proof that they'd have to prove that there are absolutely no exceptions to this statement. I'm going to tell you right now, oh my gosh, that would almost be impossible. So you have to understand that you, as an affirmative, you don't have to prove beyond all reasonable doubt in a sense. What you're doing is you're just proving as much as you can, and the negative and the audience has to understand that it's not related to no exceptions to this rule. There may be some exceptions, and they're probably going to be small exceptions. Okay? So let's talk about then what affirming a statement of value means. Okay? So affirming a statement of value, and that's what the affirmative is doing, is the statement is true based upon matter of principle. Okay? Not only that, or it's as a general case. So most people know this. Most societies are doing this. Most people in our society are doing this. So it's a matter of principle or a general case. And there may be some small exceptions to these rules. Okay? But you know what? They are not large enough to invalidate the overall claim being made. Okay? So hopefully you have this information down. I'm going to leave this up here for just a second, so then that way you have a time to do that. I will now provide hold music while you accomplish this task. Wait, I got a better idea. How about you just pause me, so then that way you can look at this and get the information. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in. There we go. Zoom in here. Pause me. Take the notes. Okay, here I am. I'm zooming in. Pause me. Take the notes. Cool. So what does it mean to negate the resolution? What does that mean? Okay, so this is essentially what the negative would be doing. First, they have to prove that what the resolution considers validates the nature of the evaluative method supplied by the resolution. They have to show specific arguments provided by the affirmative debater are either not sufficient to hold up the resolution or are not true in and of themselves. And they must prove that the affirmative is false. Okay? So these are the main things that the negative would be doing. Whereas, so hey, pause me if you don't have all these. Cool, here we go. Whereas this is what the affirmative is doing. The statement is based upon a matter of principle or in general cases, and there's small exceptions to the rule. So they're making statements about the resolution, and they're trying to prove that really there is only small exceptions to this rule. Okay? So here is what I want you guys to do inside of your notes when you come to class related to showing me that you've done this. So we're going to do this discussion when you guys get here, okay? Here is a resolution. It's not yours, so I did that on purpose, so then that way I can give you an example and then we can then talk about it, then you guys can work in your group. So the result is, in the United States, juveniles charged with violent felonies ought to be treated as adults in the criminal justice system. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I want you to brainstorm what would we need to logically prove, to know, to affirm, or negate the resolution. Okay, so if you need me to dumb that down a little bit, what do we need to prove this statement to be true, and what do we need to prove this statement to be false? Okay, so I want you to bring that with me, or with you, to class tomorrow. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to come up with a list of 3 things you know are valued by society, 3 things that you know are valued by, well, you, and 3 values that may be attached to your case. Is it okay if you don't do a fantastic job with this or it becomes hard? Well, yeah, it's okay. That's why you're watching the lecture at home. That's why you can rewind me. That's why you're brainstorming at home. And then when you come to class, we're going to spend time helping clarify the information. Okay, so here's what you need in your notes again, so that way you don't forget. You need to make sure that you talk about how we can prove this statement to be true and how we can prove that this statement is not true. You need to come up with 3 values you know are valued by society, 3 values that you value, and then 3 values that you think you could tie to your case. Okay, so I hope this worked out, because I'm looking at my camera right now. Okay, only 10 minutes. Come on, 10 minutes of homework? That's pretty stinking good. So we'll see you in class tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by.